If you are working in a call center right now and every shift tinatanong mo sa sarili mo, hanggang kailan ko 'to gagawin? You are not alone. 1.8 million ang Filipinos na nasa BPO right now. But do you know how many people leave every single year sa BPO industry? 50%. Yes, they have a 50% attrition rate. Kalahati ng mga katrabaho mo ngayon, wala na yan next year. It's either they resign, and the question is why? Why are they leaving the BPO industry? Because there are signs everywhere telling you it's time to go. But you are either not noticing them or you are just pretending na okay ka lang. Or you're just worried na pag umalis ka sa BPO industry, wala ka ng benefits. And today, I'm gonna give you 5 signs na kailangan mong marinig to tell you that it's time to go and change careers. And if you like this type of content, isang like naman dyan so that I can make more videos like this in the future. So let's get into it. Sign number 1, di ka na makatulog. And this is the one that's making everything else harder. You are basically in a graveyard shift. So papasok ka ng 10 p.m., aalis ka ng 7 a.m. sa trabaho. Pag uwi mo, the sun is already up, everyone is already awake, and you are just trying to sleep. And then, 5 minutes later, may kapitbahay na bumirit ng. So gigising ka ulit, then you try to go to sleep again, and that's a cycle that you had to go through every time you have to go to sleep, especially if meron kang maiingay na mga kapitbahay. Then you wake up at around 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. para maligo, kumain, mag-toothbrush, mag-prepare para umalis patungo sa work mo. And even if you're a little bit late, your TL will hunt you down. You'll get 20 messages sa Messenger, 10 calls sa yung phone number, or worse, pupuntahan ka sa bahay mo, kakatupin ka, why are you late or why are you absent? I remember my experience way back 2017 or maybe 2018 ba yun. And basically had an accident where yung motor na flip over, so I got like thrown out from my motorcycle and I had blood all over my feet. And the first thing that came to my mind is I need to go to the office because I don't want to be absent because I was doing well on the stats on that month. And basically, pag meron kang absent na isa, mawawala yung incentives mo na worth 2,000 pesos. So my feet had blood in them and I went to the office. Blood was dripping in the floor. I had to tell my TL na yeah, I was late because I got into an accident. I mean, luckily enough, they sent me home and they honor the incentives with that accident kasi pumasok ako the day after. And that's how BPO industry works. You will prioritize your attendance over your safety. And I've been doing that for like 6 years. And here's what makes it even worse. The average call center agent in the Philippines right now sleeps only 5.8 hours in a day or less. And doctors said you'd need at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep para maging healthy. And being a call center agent, you don't have that time. And according to the data, 93% of the BPO workers don't have enough sleep. That's not just statistics, that's your body telling you na you need to stop this. Something is wrong. And you can't even remember kung kailan yung last time na nakatulog ka ng mahimbing and you actually felt fully rested. And the worst case scenario is pag nakuha ng team mo yung split off, basically if nakuha nyo yung Tuesday at Thursday na off, oh my God, parang wala kang day off. It's like you've been working the whole time, the whole week. And I remember sa company ko noon, we had one time where we were performing so poor sa attendance, sa AHT, CSAT, and we were like last 3 sa worst performing team. And basically our off at that time was Tuesday and Thursday. And I feel like we didn't have any rest day at all. Because 1 day rest between work is like no rest at all. So if you feel that you don't have enough sleep anymore working in a call center, it's time to move on. And if you feel this sign is enough for you to move forward, kailangan mo nang humanap ng daytime job. And the worst part of being a call center agent is that pag wala ka ng tulog, papasok ka, tapos yung unang call mo, merong sisigaw na, fix my internet, or I need to talk to your manager. Yun yung sign number 2 na kailangan mo nang umalis, which is, you are getting yelled at by strangers every night. As far as I can remember, nung nagtatrabaho pa ako as a call center agent, I would experience every night at least 5 to 7 irate customers. And you can instantly tell if the customer is irate. Opening spiel mo pa lang, sasabihin na sa'yong, it's not you, it's the system. Yung mga ganong galawan. Or sasabihin sa'yong, give me your manager. As soon as you hear that, you already know it's a soup call. And then sasabihin ng TL mo na de-escalate the customer first before you transfer it to me. So you have to de-escalate that. You have to keep on saying, I'm sorry, I apologize, I understand. I remember one time where I had this client na ang sinasabi niya lang the whole call is fix my internet. Yun lang yung sinasabi niya the whole call, and I just keep saying I'm sorry, I apologize, and she just won't listen. Others might say, give me your supervisor, you're not helping me. Yung mga ganon. And here's the thing, you can't hang up on these people. Once the QA found out na naghang up ka ng customer, you are out of the game. Or maybe verbal warning maybe pag close ka sa TL mo. Pero pag hindi, lagot ka. Tanggal ka na. And the only thing na pwede mong gawin is you just mute the call and sasabihin mo kung ano gusto mong sabihin sa customer while your call is on mute so that you can let it out. I mean, it's really hard. And I remember one of my colleague, yung irate na customer, ang ginawa niya kasi ayaw makinig sa kanya, transfer niya sa Spanish department, tapos yung customer narinig no habla Espanyol. And look, I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, like to transfer your customer to a Spanish department, but I understand how it feels. It's really frustrating pag merong taong hindi mo kilala na sasabihan kang hindi alam ang ginagawa, yung mga ganun. Because as a call center agent, you're expected to be professional, to be calm and polite every single call. And that's hard to maintain for the whole 8 hours shift and even more. And I remember I had a shift of 11 hours. I was taking in calls for the whole 11 hours. And it was so queuing that we had to do 11-hour shift. And at the end of it, you go home, you sleep, you wake up, and you do it all over again. So you're not getting any sleep, you are getting yelled at, and the worst part, pag check mo sa bank account mo, meron ka na lang 100 pesos for the rest of the month. Paano mo yan pagkakasyahin? The starting salary sa BPO industry is about 18,000 to 20,000 pesos every month, depending on the company that you're in. And sometimes, if you are lucky, you might get to 25 to 30,000, depending on your experience. Here's the thing, yung 18,000 for example na sweldo mo, meron pa yung kaltas, meron pang SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, all that kind of stuff. So you're not getting the full amount of 18,000 pesos every month. Plus, meron ka pang utang na iPhone sa home credit na need mong bayaran every month. So, pag ganitong sitwasyon, anong gagawin mo? Uutang ka sa either teammate mo, sa TL mo, or sa mga lending app. Kasi meron kang babayaran na renta, pagkain, pamasahe, and even sa load mo. So basically, you're left with nothing. And it's so hard when you're working, but you're not getting anything from it. I know that feeling. I've been there for 6 years. And sometimes, if nag-OT ka, magiging OTTY. So wala kang sweldo kahit nag-OT ka. Ang sasabihin lang sa'yo, thank you for doing this. And the worst part is, after ng shift mo, meron kayong huddle ng TL mo to discuss what's wrong with your calls. So you're working longer than your shift, earning less than you think, and you're spending more than what you earn. Now, don't get me wrong, 18,000 to 25,000 pesos every month is not a bad deal if you're just starting out as a call center agent. It's much bigger compared sa mga regular workers, like you're working in a mall, that's much bigger. But if you're sacrificing your sleep, your health, your time, and your sanity, is it really worth it? Because here's what I found out. You can actually make more and not leave your house using the exact same skill that you have right now as a call center agent. And if you're wondering how I made something for you, it's called the VA Starter Kit. And it's for free. You don't have to pay anything. Link is in the description in the pinned comment below if you want to check it out. Inside, you'll see resume templates designed for VA applicants from a call center agent. 10 websites where you can find real clients hiring right now. Cold outreach templates, DM or email, that you can literally copy and paste to land your very first VA job. And the weekend learning plan you can start to build your skills right now while being a call center agent. So if you're ready to get out of the call center industry and have more pay, not worry about commuting, then this is the time for you to do that. Check the link below and download the file. And sign number 4 na kailangan mo nang umalis sa pagiging call center agent is wala ka ng time sa family mo. And this is especially bad during sa holiday season because at the time while I was working, I had to choose between to take the day off sa December 24 or sa December 31st because you can't have both of them. You either work sa Christmas or you work sa New Year. So I usually choose New Year. Mas masaya yung New Year. So while everyone is celebrating their Noche Buena, you are working, taking in calls, answering irate customers. And it's not just the holiday season. You're also trading your time with your family. Because think about it, natutulog ka pag umaga, nagtatrabaho ka pag gabi. So, your family can't see you anymore. Meron kayong events ng family mo, you have to file a leave 2 weeks before the event. So you have to plan ahead. And sometimes, if yung stats mo is bad, your TL won't approve your leave. So maraming moments na mamimiss mo, like birthday ng anak mo or your family's gathering, mga ganon, mamimiss mo yon while working as a call center agent, especially on some companies who are so strict in terms of attendance. And you keep telling yourself na para sa pamilya ko to, para sa anak ko to, but you don't have time with them anymore. So what's the point? So if you think this is the sign, then go ahead and change careers now. And the last sign that you need to know para malaman mong it's time to let go na sa BPO industry is if you feel it's so dangerous to travel from home to work during night. And this is so scary pag babae ka kasi hindi mo alam kung ano iniisip ng ibang tao. You could be with someone that is so dangerous inside sa jeep and they might hold up you or kung ano yung balak nila, and that's so scary. Someone could snatch your bag, take your phone away, or sasaktan ka pag di mo binigay yung bag mo or mga ganong sitwasyon. So if you're looking for signs, if need mo na ba talagang mag-stop as a call center agents? Ito na yung 5 signs na maibibigay ko sa'yo. And if you're still okay working in a call center agent, and if you think this signs doesn't fit you, then go ahead and still be in the call center agents if you think that your company is giving you enough value, giving you the incentives, giving you the things that you need, then go ahead and stay. But if you're one of the people who are tired of working in a call center company for how many years or months, and you want more salary and work at the comfort of your home or work while you're traveling, then it's time for you to switch career. And my recommendation is for you to become a VA. And becoming a VA as a call center agent is the easiest thing to do because I've been there. I experienced that. I was a call center agent before I became a VA. Now I'm earning up to 60 to 80,000 pesos per month as a VA. And if I can do it, you can do it too. Now, if you need help doing this, go ahead and download the VA Starter Kit. Link is in the description in the pinned comment below. If you want to know everything about VA, itong starter kit na to, meron to resume templates, 10 websites na pwede mong ma-applyan today if you want to. Merong cold outreach na ginamit ko para makaland ako ng first paying client ko, and a weekend learning plan that you can follow to earn one skill at a time to become a high-paying general VA. Now, if you know someone na nasa call center pa rin ngayon na palaging sinasabi sa yung magre-resign na talaga ako next year or this year, send this video to them. Baka ito na yung sign na hinihintay nila para umalis sa call center company na tinatrabahuan nila ngayon. And if you appreciate this type of content, follow for more videos like this in the future, and I'll see you on the next one.